Welcome, John Gregory Vincent here with this week's 100 Seconds. And this week we're talking about millennials, specifically millennials and the onboarding process. Let's just go there right away, okay? Lazy, listless, entitled, the list goes on and on and on about these millennials, right? Guess what, folks? If you're a little older, they were saying the same thing about you 30 years ago, okay? There are some absolute differences, mostly around technology and the way they prefer to learn and the way they prefer to engage. But other than that, they are people, okay? Now, how is it that we have these massive issues with these 18 and 19-year-olds when on a nuclear submarine, an 18 and 19-year-old is literally driving and operating a nuclear submarine, 18 or 19. We have 21 and 22-year-olds on a submarine that are literally operating the nuclear reactor. Yet you wouldn't let that person clean up a storeroom. You wouldn't let that person take money without being supervised for a year or so. How is this possible? It's possible starting with an amazing onboarding process. And you should have one as well. And it really involves more touches, more people, and then an ongoing engagement to make sure people are learning, developing, and becoming part of an organization. That's the beauty of it. I still fondly remember I was on like maybe my second or third day on my first submarine. I was 21, 22 years old, and the commanding officer sat down and had a meeting with me. He wasn't looking at the clock. He wasn't, grilling me. It wasn't standard issue. It was a human being talking to another human being, and that person was genuinely interested in me. Holy cow, did that make an impact. All these years later, I still remember that. And by the way, every single time I went to a submarine, every single time the same events happened. You got to look at your onboarding process here, and you have to start looking at people will meet your expectations. If you expect lazy, listless, entitled, you will develop lazy, listless, entitled. And it comes with your willingness to interact and your willingness to be part of their development. The number one factor for millennials, even more so than baby boomers and Gen X. They want the opportunity to learn, grow, and develop. That is their primary factor where they're looking for. They were looking for opportunities to make an impact and do bigger things. Your brand is what you use to recruit people. Your culture is what they say about you on Glassdoor. That culture starts with onboarding. We need to do better, and if we do better, we will tap into the amazing potential of these millennials. And again, when I'm talking 18 and 19-year-olds, I'm actually starting to now talk about Generation Z. Same principles apply. Thanks for watching this week's, I said attending this week's. Thanks for watching this week's 100 Seconds. Always learn more at thesubmarineway.com. Thanks for your time.